From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting the Texas State Board of Education announced last week that it has hired anti-LGBTQ plus Christian Nationalist David Barton as an expert content advisor to revise the state's social studies standards for public schools. Barton has no degree in history, and other scholars of history and law have described his work as highly flawed, pseudoscholarship, and outright falsehoods. Texas announced Barton's hiring in a September 19th letter, calling him a recognized author of numerous works on American history with a commitment to historical accuracy. Most of Barton's books are sold through Wall Builders, a company of which he himself is the founder and president. His works repeatedly claim that the founding fathers didn't intend any separation of church and state, and only wanted to protect the free practice of monotheistic religions rather than other non-Christian faiths. J.W. Richards, senior fellow with the Christian Conservative Discovery Institute, said in a 2012 piece that Barton's works are full of embarrassing factual errors, suspiciously selective quotes, and highly misleading claims. And the Southern Poverty Law Center describes Barton's work as anti-gay and historical revisionism. Barton has also demonized LGBTQ persons and communities, arguing that HIV and AIDS are God-given consequences for living out one's LGBTQ life, the Southern Poverty Law Center wrote. LGBTQ Nation is also reporting that President Donald Trump reportedly raged about two statues of himself holding hands with his former friend, now deceased convicted child sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein, which were removed from Washington, D.C.'s National Mall after one day, despite having a legal permit to stay up all week. The bronze-painted statues, titled Best Friends Forever, depicted Trump and Epstein smiling at each other, holding hands, and each with an arm and leg raised as if in mid-frolic, NPR reported. A plaque between the two statues, emblazoned with hands making a heart shape, reads, "In honor of Friendship Month, we celebrate the long-lasting bond between President Donald Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein." A group called the Secret Handshake claimed to have arranged the statue's creation and display on the mall starting Tuesday morning. The group reportedly had a National Park Service permit to display the statues until Sunday. However, the U.S. Park Police removed the statues onto a truck before sunrise on Wednesday, claiming that the statues were not compliant with the permit issued, though the Department of the Interior never said how the statues failed to comply with the permit. The Secret Handshake told NPR that park officials said their group would get 24 hours written notice to remove the statue themselves if necessary. Instead, they just showed up in the middle of the night without notice and physically toppled the statue, broke it, and took it away. One of the group's members said, "We do not know where it is." Sounds a lot like rainbow crosswalks down in Florida. Trump referred to Epstein as a terrific guy and signed a birthday letter to Epstein, which Trump later claimed was fake. While the two men reportedly had a falling out in 2004, Trump's administration has repeatedly refused to publicly release government files on Epstein. Critics say Trump may be worried that the files would implicate himself and other high-profile conservatives in Epstein's child trafficking. Lev Parnas, a former pro-Trump operative turned Trump critic, wrote of the statue on Tuesday, "My sources say Trump was fuming about it, demanding it be taken down before he got back to the White House." That tells you everything. He can try to bury the truth, but the truth keeps showing up in stone, in headlines, and in the streets. And that is the News Blast at this hour. If you are watching our news videos on social media or YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like our pages. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.